for watching me play MLB The Show 20, the created franchise known as Hollywood's Avengers. As you can see, this is just game 2. It's the beginning of the regular season. The Avengers are 1-0. They won 4-0 in their opening contest against the Colorado Rockies. Let's jump into the game as quickly as possible, get the show on the road. Game 2 of a 3-game set against the Rockies. View organization games. Play the game. Okay. Play full game. We are the home team. The set home field is a classic stadium known as Crosley Field. Looks good. Samuel L. Jackson is the guy. Who should I put in? To spice it up a little. Let's go Vin Diesel for Dave Bautista. Let's rock and roll. Vin Diesel, I am Groot. Let's do this. I am Groot. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome from Major League Baseball and National League West matchup between the Colorado Rockies and Marvel's The Avengers here at Crosley Field. Pitching for the Avengers is Samuel L. Jackson on the mound. Nick Fury himself. And leading off is for the Colorado Rockies is Duke Schneider. Screwball is in there for a strike.
First pitch, 7-11.
And he pops it up to the third baseman, Chadwick Boseman, who makes the catch for the first out of the game. The starting lineup for the Rockies: Duke Schneider led off, Greg Jones is at shortstop, Willie McCovey at first, Miguel Cabrera is at third base, Kyle Seager is the designated hitter, Andrew McCutchen is in left, Jason Hayward is in right, Corey Lee is the catcher, and Michael Bush bats ninth and plays second base. Here's Greg Jones with one out here in the top of the first. And the screwball is outside for ball one. Cutter is just off the plate inside. Count is 2 balls, no strikes on Jones. In there for strike one. I want no snakes on his moving plane. Swing and a miss. Screwball. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. The knuckleball floats in there. Pull foul. Count remains 2-2. He fouls it off into the seats. Low and inside, count goes full, 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the first. Willie McCovey is on deck. And he lines it to center field. It is a base hit for Greg Jones. And the Rockies have a base runner. Greg Jones' first major league hit, a lot of that going around. Willie McCovey steps up to the plate. And he takes off immediately. The throw down to second is not in time. Stolen base by Jones. Stolen pretty much on the pitcher. And the count is 2 balls and no strikes. Runner in scoring position now is Greg Jones. And he lines it right at the shortstop, who makes the catch for the second out of the inning. That is Anthony Mackie at shortstop for the Avengers, who made the catch. Miguel Cabrera, a very young and thin Miguel Cabrera, steps up to the plate with 2 outs. And he hits a line drive to center. And Don Cheadle, War Machine, is there. He makes the catch to retire the side. So after half an inning of play, it's the Colorado Rockies nothing. The Hollywood Avengers coming to bat. On the mound for the Rockies is Shohei Ohtani. Leading off for the Avengers is Anthony Mackie, who played the Falcon and in the movies, and also about to star on a Disney Plus show. Falcon and the Winter Soldier. Takes ball 1 high. Cut the check. And he hits it lazy the other way. And the left fielder check that catches it for the first out of the inning. Starting lineup for the Avengers, Anthony Mackie leads off at plays shortstop, Tom Holland at second, Robert Downey Jr. at first, Chris Evans at catcher, the DH is Mark Ruffalo, Chadwick Boseman is at third base, Idris Elba is in right, Vin Diesel is in left, and Don Cheadle patrols center and bats ninth. Tom Holland, Spider-Man, steps up to the plate with 1 out. Inside and hits Spidey. His Spidey sense was tingling. Probably not, obviously, because he got hit by the pitch. But point is, Tom Holland's at first base now with 1 out. Next up is Robert Downey Jr., plays Iron Man. Tom Holland leads off first. And the pitch out, throws down to second, is in time. Spidey has gunned down. Although I got to be honest with you, as I look at this replay, I think that's the one part of this game that could be improved, because he was safe. Anyway, the bases are empty with 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. RDJ is still up. And he swings and misses the split finger fastball. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. And he fouls it off his hands. The left fielder is there. He makes the catch to retire the side. So, no runs, no hits, no runners left on. And at the end of 1 inning of play, there's no score. Leading off the top of the second for the Rockies is Kyle Seager, third baseman.
Designated hitter, Kyle Seager.
In there for strike.
0-1.
Sam Jackson. Got to work on his look. That does not look like Sam Jackson. I'll have to improve that once this game's over. Yeah. Strike 2. Count is very quickly, no balls and 2 strikes on Seager. Cut fastball just outside. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he grounds it weakly to the pitcher. Sam Jackson fields, fires, got him. Nice play. And there is 1 out. Defense for the Avengers in the outfield from left to right. Diesel, Don Cheadle, and Idris Elba. In the infield from left to right, Chadwick Boseman, Anthony Mackie, Tom Holland, and Robert Downey Jr. with the captain, Chris Evans, behind the plate. Andrew McCutchen steps up to the plate, and he grounds it foul for strike one. Knuckleball floats in there for strike two. And he fouls it back and out of play. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Andrew McCutchen. And he hits it high and deep. Is it off the wall? And it's going to be a stand-up double for Andrew McCutchen. It would, any other ballpark, it would have been a home run, but there's a very tall scoreboard here in Crosley Field. It bounces midway up that scoreboard, and it's a stand-up double with 1 out here in the second. Next up is Jason Hayward, a lefty. And it's inside for ball 1. Knuckleball floats in there for strike 1. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. Cutter at the knees, strike 2. And he grounds weakly to Tom Holland at second base. Spider-Man throws him out. Runner advances to third base with 2 outs.
Batting in, the catcher, number 35.
Corey Lee, the catcher, steps up to the plate. He has a runner at third base with 2 outs here in the top of the second. And the screwball is just off the plate. Ball 1. You know, on his hands, the cut fastball is by him for a strike. And that one he just gets a piece of, but the count is 1-2 on Corey Lee. Strike 3. The side is retired. So they leave a runner stranded at third base, but there is still no score. The captain, Chris Evans, steps up to the plate here in the bottom of the second. And he skies it to right. 1 pitch, 1 out here in the bottom of the second. Defense for the Colorado Rockies from left to right is McCutchen, Schneider, and Hayward in the outfield. And in the infield, Cabrera, Jones, Bush, and McCovey, with Corey Lee behind the plate. Next up is Mark Ruffalo, the Hulk. Don't make him mad. Just foul down the third base line for strike 1. Inside, 99 on the radar gun, but high and tight. Count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike on Ruffalo. And he fouls it off, popped it up. It will not make the seats. McCovey makes the catch for the second out.
Batting fifth, the third baseman.
Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther himself, the late, great Chadwick Boseman, who also played Jackie Robinson in the film. He steps up to the plate with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. And he hits a line drive, base hit into center field. Duke Schneider, oh, he's going for second. Does he have the speed to make it? No, bad decision ultimately. He's single and thrown out at second, and the side is retired. But at the end of 2 innings of play, if there's still no score. Top of the third inning, Samuel L. Jackson. Nick Fury faces Michael Bush.
Michael Good.
And it's in there, the cut fastball for strike one. Curveball, high curveball is in there for strike two. Count as quickly, no balls and 2 strikes. Screwball outside, count as 1 and 2 on Bush. Just gets a piece at the plate. Captain America fields, fires, got him at first. There's 1 down.
The center fielder, number 4.
Nice play by Chris Evans. So the lineup turns over. Duke Schneider steps up to the plate. He popped out in the first. Second plate appearance. It's a line drive past the diving Anthony Mackie at short and into left field for a base hit. 1 out here in the top of the third. Schneider is on first.
Number 2.
Short for replay.
Greg Jones.
Next up is Greg Jones. He had a single in the first. And he throws over. Oh, he gets him. Robert Downey Jr. pegs him at second. Nice play by Iron Man. So there's 2 outs. Nice play. Swing and a miss at the cut fastball. Count as no balls, 1 strike on Jones. The bases are now empty with 2 outs here in the top of the third. And he flies to the right fielder, Idris Elba, who barely has to move. He makes the catch to retire the side. So 2.5 innings of play. There's still no score. Thank you for joining me. Please like the video. Please subscribe to the channel. This is Avengers Baseball. Next up is Idris Elba. He plays Heimdall in the Marvel Avengers universe, specifically the Thor movies. Idris Elba is a famous actor in many other movies. And it's a line drive, but right at the left fielder, who barely has to move. He comes in a few steps. So the record for the Avengers, obviously 2 more games against the Rockies, then 3 games set against the Atlanta Braves. And then after an off day, they go to the Colorado Rockies to play another 3-game set. Vin Diesel, I am Groot, steps up to the plate for his first at-bat of the season. And he takes high, ball 1.
Count 1-0.
And he pulls it foul. Count evens 1 ball and 1 strike on Diesel. Backs him off the plate. Count is 2-1. Fouls off the 99-mile-an-hour fastball to even the count at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, and there are 2 outs. It's first strikeout by Ohtani. How do you feel about that, Vin? I am Groot. Yeah, we feel for you too. Next up, Don Cheadle, War Machine, plays center field for the Avengers. Takes low for ball 1. Out in front of the slider, the count evens at 1 ball and 1 strike. There's still no score here in the bottom of the third. Inside, backs him off the plate. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Rhodey. James Rhodes, a.k.a. Don Cheadle. And he's behind on the fastball. Count remains 2 balls and 2 strikes. Down at the knees. He doesn't agree with the call, but doesn't matter what he thinks. Side is retired. So after 3 innings of play, still no score. Top of the 4th. Willie McCovey, who lined out in the first, steps up for his second plate appearance against Samuel L. Jackson, who doesn't like these motherfucking snakes on his motherfucking plane. Fouls off the pitch for strike 1. I have to work on the look of Sam Jackson. I don't think he's tall enough. I think he just needs to be a little heavier. Around the midsection, maybe. Grounds weakly to Tom Holland at second base. Spider-Man throws to first, and the first man in the inning is retired.
The third baseman,
Covey
number
is down.
24,
A young Miguel Cabrera is up for his second plate appearance. He flew out in the second. In there, cut a fastball, strike 1. Here we are at Crosley Field. It's a classic stadium. Swing and a miss at the screwball. My goodness. Count is no balls and 2 strikes on Cabrera. Strike 3. Floats in that knuckleball. Catches him looking for the second out of the inning. That's the second strikeout by Sam Jackson.
the batter, number 50,
Kyle Seager grounded out in the second. He is 0 for 1 in the contest. Steps up with 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. And it's a deep fly ball to right field. Elba is there. He makes the catch to retire the side. So 3.5 innings complete. There's still no score in this ball game. Pitcher's duel. So next up is Anthony Mackie, who flew out in the first.
not shortstop,
The Falcon is 0 for 1. Line drive, base hit back through the box. And it's a single to lead off the bottom of the 4th for Anthony Mackie. And finally, the Avengers have a base runner.
the batter, number 8, second baseman, Holland.
Spider-Man is up. Tom Holland, the second baseman. Runner at first, nobody out here. He was hit by a pitch in the first inning. It looks like he's trying to hit him again. Count is 1 ball and no strikes on Holland. Swing and a miss at the 98-mile-an-hour fastball. Count evens 1 ball, 1 strike. Mackie leads off first. He has a great deal of speed. And he's off. Called strike, number 2. The base is stolen by Tom. Oh, I'm sorry, check that. Falcon steals the base. Anthony Mackie is now in scoring position. Count is 1 ball, 2 strikes. And he fouls off the fastball. Count remains 1 ball, 2 strikes. Swing and a miss, strike 3, and there is 1 out in the inning. 3rd strikeout by Ohtani.
Now batting,
In real speed.
number 12,
Next up is Robert Downey Jr. Flew out in the first. And he skies it to shallow center. Duke Schneider is there. He makes the catch for the second out of the inning. No advance on the base paths.
now batting, catcher, Chris.
Captain America Chris Evans steps up to the plate. Switch hitter batting from the left side against the righty Ohtani. And it's a line drive, but right there is the left fielder who makes the catch to retire the side. No runs, 1 hit, 1 left. At the end of 4 innings of play, there's still no score in the game. Thank you for watching. try to make it a little more exciting, score some runs. Sorry. Andrew McCutchen doubled in the second inning. He has a double. Steps in for his second plate appearance. And the screwball is just off the plate. Count is 1-0. Cut fastball inside corner, strike one. So the Bronx Knights, I'm sorry, check that. The Hollywood Avengers won the first game of the season 4-0. Strike two, count as 1 ball, 2 strikes. They won the first game 4-0 on the back of Chris Hemsworth's complete game shutout. Off the plate, count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Sam Jackson is pitching into the 5th inning. He's also shutting him out. But at this point, he has no run support. And he hits it high and deep down the left field line, but it curves foul. Cut fastball inside corner. Nope, just misses. It's 3 balls, 2 strikes, full count on McCutchen. And he skies it to medium center field. War Machine is there. Cheeto makes the catch for the first out here in the top of the 5th.
Now batting, the right fielder.
Jason Hayward, right fielder, is grounded out in the 2nd. Steps in against Sam Jackson. And the curveball floats in there for strike one. Line drive. Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther, throws across the diamond for the 2nd out. Nice play by the Black Panther.
Now batting, catcher, Corey Lee.
Next up is Corey Lee, who struck out in the 2nd inning. There are 2 outs here in the 5th. Knuckleball floats in there for strike one. Just gets a piece of the cut fastball. Count as no balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 looking, side retired. So Sam has pitched 5 innings, hasn't given up a run, but no run support either. The score is still 0-0 here in the 5th inning. So bottom of the 5th, Mark Ruffalo steps up to the plate. He popped out in the 2nd. A little bit of Hulk smash, hopefully, in this at-bat. Let's see. Fouls it back to the screen. Count as no balls, 1 strike. And he fouls it off. Very quickly, Mark Ruffalo's down. No balls and 2 strikes to Ohtani. Swing and a miss, strike 3, inside fastball, and there is 1 out. This is 4th strikeout of the game.
The batter, number 22.
Next up is Black Panther Chadwick Boseman, single in the 2nd. Takes pitch outside, ball 1. To Chotla. And it's grounded down the first base line. McCovey spears it, takes it himself to the bag, and there are 2 down.
The batter, number 63.
Idris Elba Hamidal steps up to the plate. Gatekeeper at Asgard. Swings out in front of the slider for the 1st strike. 2 down here in the bottom of the 5th. Pitches outside, count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike on Idris. High and tight, 2-1. He hits it high and deep to center, but playable. Duke Snider makes the catch to retire the side. So 5 innings of baseball are complete, and there's still no score in this game. If you're watching, I apologize. I wish it was a little more exciting. Sorry, pitcher's duel. Anyway, top of the 6th, Michael Bush is up. He grounded out in the 3rd.
Michael Bush.
And the pitch is off the plate for ball 1. Fastball, strike 1. Curveball settles in there for strike 2. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes on Bush. Just gets a piece of the fastball, fouls it back to the screen. Count remains 1 ball and 2 strikes on the second baseman. Oh, did he go? No, he did not. The count is 2-2. Strike 3 called. And there's 1 out here in the 6th. Sam Jackson's 4th strikeout.
The center fielder, number 4.
Duke Snider steps in for his 3rd plate appearance. He's 1 for 2. He had a single in the 3rd. And he lashes it to the other way. But Vin Diesel is there. I am Groot. Makes the catch for the 2nd out.
The bat, number 2.
Sorry, buddy. That's all you're known for in the Marvel Universe. Greg Jones singled in the 1st. He's 1 for 2. Steps in against Samuel L. Jackson. Nick Fury. Wish I could put an eye patch on him, but it's not an option available in the MLB, the 2020 the show. Screwball low. Count evens, 1 ball, 1 strike. Curveball off the plate. Count is 2-1. He just gets a piece of it and pops it lazily to Robert Downey Jr. at first to retire the side. So 6 innings have been pitched. No runs have been given. Sam Jackson is pitching a gem, but it's still no score. Bottom of the 6th, Vin Diesel is up. Struck out in the 3rd. It's his 2nd plate appearance. Out in front of the slider. Strike 1. And he swings over the top of the split finger fastball. Count is quickly no ball for 2 strikes. He checks his swing. Pitches low. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Way out in front. It's in the dirt. Strike him out. Throw him out at first. And there's 1 down. Next up is Don Cheadle. He struck out in the 1st. I'm sorry, check that. Point is, Don Cheadle is 0 for 1. Let's keep it simple. War Machine is up. High and tight, ball 1. Ball 2. And he's late on the fastball. Count is 2 balls and 1 strike on Don Cheadle. James Rhodes. War Machine. And again, he's late on it. Popped up just on the outfield grass. The shortstop, Greg Jones, makes the catch for the 2nd out here in the bottom of the 6th. Anthony Mackie, leadoff man, singled in the 4th. He's 1 for 2. He steps up to the plate with 2 outs. Falcon wants to fly. And he hits a ground ball, base hit through the right side. And with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th, Falcon is at first.
The batter, number 8, second baseman, Tom
Spider-Man is up. Tom Holland steps in with 2 outs. And he hits a base hit back through the box and up the middle. And suddenly with 2 outs, they have a threat on the base pass. There's runners at first and second. Here's the replay.
The batter, number 12.
Next up, Robert Downey Jr. Flown out twice, his 3rd plate appearance. Takes pitch high, ball 1. Just gets a piece of the split finger fastball and fouls it off. Count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Downey. Outside, 2-1 on Tony's start. Checks the swing, it's in the dirt, no advance in the base pass, but the count is now a hitter's count. 3 balls, 1 strike. Captain America is on deck. And he pulls it. Foul. And we'll have to do it over again. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. The runners will be off on the pitch. At least they should be. And he fouls it off, and we got to do it all over again. And he pulls it foul. It's a battle. Checks his swings, ball 4 inside, and the bases are loaded with Avengers.
Now batting.
Pitching coach for the Rockies comes out to have a conversation with Ohtani, maybe to calm him down a little bit. Captain America is up with the bases loaded. Chris Evans, he's 0 for 2 today. He can do this all day. Ball 1, nowhere to put him. And he lines it to the center fielder, and they will leave the bases loaded. Makes the catch, Duke Schneider does, and the side is retired. End of 6 innings of play, no score. Top of the 7th, Willie McCovey is up. He's 0 for 2.
The first baseman, number 44, Willie McCovey.
Checks his swing, but the curveball's in there for strike 1. Seems like the first team to score will be the winning team. Cut fastball just off the plate. Count evens. He hits it high and deep, and Idris Elba just watches it fly. And just like that, the tie is broken on Willie McCovey's first homer of this season. A solo shot, and the Colorado Rockies here in the top of the 7th lead 1-0. Here's the replay again. Oof, crushed it. 423 feet. So, Cabrera's up. It's 1-0 Rockies. There's nobody out here in. Screwball is low, ball 1. Sands still pitched a great game, but needs some run support. Curveball in there, strike 1. Count is even. 1 ball, 1 strike. I personally have never seen Miguel Cabrera that thin. Oh, he took the charge of that one. It's back-to-back homers for the Colorado Rockies, and suddenly it's a 2-0 ball game. Colorado. Woo! Samuel L. Jackson is cursing up a storm on the mound, ladies and gentlemen. It's very un-Disney-like. So you got to get somebody warmed up in the bullpen. Yep. So, manager's office, bullpen.
The bat, number 15.
Let's get Paul Bettany with Vision warmed up. And Ant-Man warmed up. Lefty and a righty. Screwball in there, strike one on Kyle Seager. He's 0 for 2. The home team fans are quiet. Line drive in there, and it will roll all the way to the wall. And it's a stand-up double. 3 hits in a row against Sam Jackson here in the top of the 7th.
Now back, left fielder, Andrew.
Here's the replay. Just hits it. The shift was on. Found the gap. Let's manager mound visit. Andrew McCutcheon is up next. He's had a double in the second. He's 1 for 2. His confidence is hurting a little bit. I'm not taking him out yet. This is going to be his last batter if he gets him out. Maybe I'll let it last him. Who knows? Knuckleball in there for strike one. Line drive, but right at Rhodes for the first out. Yeah, it's enough. I've seen enough. 6 1/3, 2 runs. So Jason, no, you know what? No, not yet. Not yet. Lefty versus lefty. I like the matchup. I like the matchup. Again, War Machine is on the run. Rhodes is there. He makes the catch. Strong throw to third. There's 2 outs. No advance in the base paths. Nice throw by Don Cheadle.
The catcher, Corey Lee.
Corey Lee is 0 for 2 with 2 strikeouts. You know what? Nick Fury will get the job done. I can feel it. Let's go, Nick. Fouls the cut fastball off for strike one. Grounds it up the middle. It's a base hit. He comes up throwing, and they hold him at third. Nice strong throw by War Machine. And ladies and gentlemen, that will be all for Nick Fury. There are no more snakes on this plane. So he'll be responsible for manager, bullpen. We'll bring in Paul Bettany, who plays Vision. Put him in the game. That'll be all. I'm very much looking forward to the Disney Plus show, WandaVision, with Paul Bettany. And so that's all. A good game. He pitched a good game.
Your attention, please. Now,
no record for Paul Bettany, obviously. Tall, thin, lanky left-hander. The 2 runners on base are Sam Jackson's responsibility. Fastball's in there, 99 on the radar gun. Strike one on Michael Bush. He's 0 for 2. Sinker, just off the plate inside. Count as 1 ball, 1 strike. Checks his swing. It's high. Count as 2 balls and 1 strike on Bush. And it grounds it up the middle. It's a base hit. And the run will score. And it's a 3-0 lead by the Colorado Rockies. It's an RBI single by Michael Bush. His first major league hit in RBI. Good for him. Bad for us. There's still 2 down. Duke Snider 1 for 3 with a single in the third. He has runners at first and second with 2 outs. And the sinker's in there for strike one. Wish there was a way that I could paint his face, but I can't. So Paul Bettany will have to stay. Swing and a miss at the curveball, and now there's 2 strikes on Schneider. Duke Schneider, if you didn't know, was the answer to Mickey Mantle in center field in New York in the 50s. And it's a line drive, but Elba is there to make the catch and finally retire the side, but not before they get 3 runs and take a 3-0 lead here. Get up and stretch, ladies and gentlemen. It's time for the 7th inning stretch.
Stretch, 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 stretch. Ah.
Bottom of the 7th, Mark Ruffalo leads off. He's 0 for 2 today. Rockies bullpen is active. Come on, Hulk. Hulk smash. Let's go. And he skies it into foul territory. McCovey is there. 1 pitch, 1 away. They need base runners. He swings at the first pitch. Not very smart.
Number 22.
Bruce. Not pro smart, Bruce. Black Panther's up. He's 1 for 2. He's single. We need base runners, guys. Let's go. It's a line drive. Base hit. Chadwick Boseman is 2 for 3. 1 out here in the 2nd. 1 out here in the 7th. The Avengers have a base runner.
Number 63.
Idris Elba is up. He's 0 for 2. Pitch over to first. Boseman is back. Again, another throw over to first. Just keeping him close. Pitch out. Nothing doing. Count as 1 ball and no strikes on Elba. If you didn't know, Idris Elba is the actor that plays Heimdall in the Thor franchise. Again, another throw over to first. Out in front of the slider, the count is 1 ball and 1 strike on Idris. And he's late on the change of speed, and the count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Boseman leads off first. And he goes. There's a hit and run, but oh my goodness, what a poor base running decision. They ran themselves into a double play to retire the side. Oh God, end of 7 innings of play. It's Colorado 3. Avengers nothing. Oh God, what are we doing? Greg Jones steps up. Paul Bettany is still in there pitching. And he throws a strike. Actually, the pitch is fouled off for strike 1. Here in the top of the 8th. Swing and a miss, change of speed. Count as no balls and 2 strikes on Jones. Pulls it foul, 100 miles an hour from Paul Bettany. Just off the plate, inside. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. Attendance 26,107 here at the ballpark today to watch the Avengers. Somehow I think it would be a little more crowded than that. Line drive towards the gap. It is a base hit, and he's unable to cut it off. 1 hop to the wall, and the leadoff man for Colorado is at second base here at the top of the 8th. Greg Jones has his 2nd hit of the ball game. Line drive. Next up, Willie McCovey. And it's a line drive, but it's curving foul for strike 1. Willie McCovey had a solo home run to break the 0-0 tie here in the 7th inning. He's 1 for 3. And he just gets a piece of the sinker. Count as no balls and 2 strikes here in the top of the 8th. And he laces it down the left field line. It just goes foul. He almost dropped it in for a double. And he pops him up in the infield. Tony Stark is there. In foul territory, makes the catch for the first down. Whoa, he throws it into the outfield. Quick throw over to third is in time. Just the way Tony planned it, and there's 2 outs. Lucky, very lucky. So, you know what? Manager, bullpen. Let's get Paul Rudd, Ant-Man in there. Let's put him in the game. Ant-Man, Paul Rudd.
Now pitches. Paul Rudd.
Line drive. Nice leaping catch to retire the side by Black Panther. What a play. And the side is retired. It looked bad there for a second. But anyway. So 7.5 innings of play. Avengers still trail by 3. I gotta get my hitting shoes on. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. All right. Vin Diesel is up. Vin Diesel is... I want to pinch hit. Damn it. Take a ball. I want to pinch hit for you. Good. Ball 1. Okay. Manager. Substitution. Vin Diesel. So let's go... let's go... Benedict Wong.
Your attention, please.
Benedict Wong, who plays Wong in the Doctor Strange franchise, which is outside for ball 2. He will take over in left field for Vin Diesel. The Sorcerer Supreme, get in there, get in there. Yes, it does bounce to the wall. And Wong leads off with a double here in the bottom of the 8th. Good job. His first major league hit, since they're all rookies, I use rookies in order to create the team, and which is appropriate because they're all major league rookies. Don Cheadle is up. James Rhodes. And the pitch is just low for ball 1. It's 0 for 2. Swing and miss at the fastball, counting as 1 ball and 1 strike on Cheadle. Out in front of the split finger fastball, count as 1 ball and 2 strikes. Ohtani is nasty. It's in the 8th inning. He's pitching a shutout. Just under the knees. Count evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Wong leads off second. And he pulls it foul. Count remains 2-2. Grounds it to the shortstop. Greg Jones throws across the diamond for the first out. The runner does not advance. Doesn't even get the runner over. So it was not a productive out from Don Cheadle. So Anthony Mackie, Falcon, has 2 singles today. He's 2 for 3. He steps up with 1 out and a runner at second. And he fouls off the fastball for strike 1. Line drive, base hit to center field. And Mackie will have an RBI. Oh my goodness, he's held up. Oh, this is a mess. This is a mess on the base paths. This is an absolute mess. Oh, what a mess. Oh my goodness. And there are 2 outs. So, on the single, which should have been an RBI single, but Wong hesitated, then went back to second, then decided to go. What a mess. Anyway, Mackie is at second base. And Tom Holland, Spider-Man, takes a ball. He had a single in the 6th. It's 1 for 2. 2 base running mistakes in this game today. That I can remember, probably more. Inside ball 2. Count as 2 balls and no strikes. There are 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. And it's a line drive by Tom Holland. It's a base hit, and this will absolutely be an RBI single for Tom Holland. And the score is 3-1. Spider-Man comes through.
Now batting, number 12.
Pitching change for the Rockies. He's seen enough.
Your attention, please.
Raleigh Fingers, legendary player, Hall of Famer, comes in for the Rockies. That ridiculous mustache. And he faces Tony Stark, who's 0 for 2 with a walk in the 6th. Quick throw over to keep Spider-Man close. Peter Parker, if you will. Oh, and he just made it back. Those lightning quick reflexes, even though he was fooled. Still no count. He throws over again. Now Peter is playing games with Raleigh Fingers. Again, another throw. Just gets a piece. Count as no balls and 1 strike on Tony Stark. Grounds it up the middle and through. No, not through. It's an infield single. He gets his body in front of it, but no way he can make the play. And with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th, it's runners at first and second. The tying run is at first base. Captain America, Chris Evans, steps up to the plate. And he fouls off the fastball. Strike 1. The captain is 0 for 3 today. He has a chance. He actually made an out with the bases loaded in this game. And it's a line drive. Amazing catch in left field to save runs. What a nice play by Andrew McCutchen. The side is retired, but they get 1 back. So at the end of 8 innings of play, it's a 2-run lead. Colorado leads 3-1.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention.
Benedict
please.
Wong takes over in left
Now
field for Vin
playing
Diesel.
Number 74. Benedict.
And stepping in for the Rockies is Kyle Seager. He's at a double and a run scored.
Leading off for the Rockies.
Swing and a miss. Strike 1. Ant-Man's pitching. Paul Rudd. And he skies it to right field. Elba is there and makes the catch for the first out here in the top of the 9th.
Up next to Colorado.
Andrew McCutchen made that amazing catch in the previous half inning. Has a double today in the 2nd inning. He's 1 for 3. Takes strike 1. 95 on the radar gun. Oh no! And they get the run right back. Wong just turns and looks up and watches it fly out of the ballpark. It is a solo home run, his first of the season from Andrew McCutchen, and Colorado has a 4-1 lead here in the top of the 9th. He feels small now. Oh, he feels small. Get it? Ah, whatever. Stupid. Boom. Next up is Jason Hayward, who flew out in the 7th. Oh, and he hits it high and deep, and it would have been gone, but it's going to go off that scoreboard. Oh, and it's over his head. Oh, no, oh, no, oh, no. It's going to be an inside the... Thank goodness. It had the potential to be an inside the park home run, but it will be a triple. So there's a runner at third and less than 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. Oh, my goodness. Corey Lee is a single in the 7th. He's 1 for 3, but he doesn't need a hit to get that run home, and he pulls it foul for strike 1. This is a big out, ladies and gentlemen. There's still a chance for the Avengers to come through because they always do. In the end, they always win. So let's see what happens. High and tight, count as 1 ball, 2 strikes on Lee. Strike 3 called. That pitch was low, but I don't care. I'll take it. First Major League strikeout for Ant-Man.
Now that's second baseman,
Michael Busch is 1 for 3 with an RBI single today. He does have another RBI opportunity 90 feet from home plate. Wow, high strike. This umpire seriously wants to get home. Anyway, count is no balls and 1 strike. Inside ball 1, count is even 1 ball, 1 strike on Busch. Grounds it down the third base line and into the corner. By the time this ball gets back into the infield, it will be an RBI double for Michael Busch. And the score is now 5-1 Colorado. Oh, this is just a mess. How can the Avengers lose? How can they lose? They can't lose. They're the Avengers. This is like Infinity War. It's terrible. All right, anyway. Duke Snider's 1 for 4. Inside corner, strike 1. Inside corner with the curveball, strike 2. Fouls it back to the screen. Count remains no balls and 2 strikes on Snider. Just gets a piece of the 2-seam fastball to stay alive. Outside corner, count is 1 ball and 2 strikes. Runner leads off second. There are 2 outs here in the top of the 9th. They have a 4-run lead. Swing and a miss. Side retired. But last licks here in the bottom of the 9th for the Avengers. They need 4 to tie. Oh, God. This is going to be tough. 4 to tie. Let's do this. Let's do this. Hulk smash. Come on. Hulk smash.
the designated hitter, number 84.
Checks his swing, or did he? Yes, he did. Count as 1 ball and no strikes. Come on, Hulk. Get angry. And he fouled off the slider. Count as 1 ball and 1 strike on Mark Ruffalo. Just gets a piece of the slider. Count as 1 ball and 2 strikes on Mark Ruffalo. Outside count is 2-2. You can't lose to a guy with a mustache like that. Come on, let's go. Did he check it? Yes, he did. Count goes full. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Nobody out here in the bottom of the 9th. They need base runners. And he swings and misses at strike 3. 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th.
Now batter, number 22.
What a showing. What an awful, awful showing for these Hollywood elites. Black Panthers up. Chadwick Boseman's 2 for 3. And he grounds it up the box and through the middle. It's his 3rd hit of the ball game. And with 1 out here in the bottom of the 9th, Chadwick Boseman is at first base. Now, park your butt there and stay. Okay? Stay there, Chadwick. Idris Elba's up. Inside, high, ball 1. I think Idris Elba's a great actor. Kind of wasted in that role with Thunderbell. Oh, it's a line drive to the 3rd baseman. He catches on a fly, and suddenly there are 2 outs. The Avengers are down to their final out of the game.
The left fielder, Benedict Wong.
Benedict Wong is getting pinch hit for. Manager, substitution. Benedict Wong. We're gonna go Dave Bautista. Drax the Destroyer. Let's go, Drax.
Dave Bautista.
Inside,
Ball
ball
no
one.
strike.
Ball backs him off the plate. Dave Bautista. Destroyer.
Ball 2.
Count is 2 balls and
2-0.
no strikes. He needs to get run. He needs to get on. Come on. Take the walk if you need to. Apparently he didn't get the memo and swings at the pitch. And the count is 2 balls and 1 strike. Strike 2. Count is even 2-2. They're down to their final strike of the game. And he pops him up in the infield, and that should do it, ladies and gentlemen. Jones makes the catch, side retired, ball game is over, and the Colorado Rockies win the game 5-1. Ooh, sorry that you had to watch that mess. I apologize. But in a 162 game schedule, even the best teams lose. Right now, the Avengers, in their early start to the season, they're now 1-1, 500 on the season. So let's do this the right way. So, Colorado, 5 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Hollywood Avengers, that is. 1 run, 10 hits, 1 error. Shai Ohtani is the winner. Samuel L. Jackson is the loser. Raleigh Fingers gets the save. And Andrew McCutchen of the Colorado Rockies is the player of the game. He had a homer and a double. He was 2 for 4. The only person of note for the Avengers was Anthony Mackie, who plays Falcon. He was 3 for 4 today. Chadwick Boseman was also 3 for 4, Black Panther, but no one else really showed up when the time. Captain America stranded 6 runners, bases loaded, and anyway, let's not cry over the soup. There'll be other games. I am RC Robbin. This has been a broadcast of Avengers Baseball. I really appreciate you watching. Please like the channel. Please subscribe. Much appreciated. Hope to see you again soon. Thank you so much. Have a good night.